Hello, vinyl community. I hope everyone out there in the vinyl community is doing well. Today is August the 7th, another hot one here in Texas. So I'm here with an update. I'd like to share with everyone some things that I've been listening to, some new records that I picked out of clearance bins that I searched in today, and I have a unique item that I like to share and wonder if anybody's ever seen one of these or has one of these in their collection. So let me begin with, in the background, I don't know if you can hear it very well, but I've been enjoying one of my favorite Coltrane albums, Oley, I'm not sure. It's a monocopy, and it's one of my favorite records. It has a, if I remember right, I believe Eric Dolphy may play. I have to look at this again. I'm not seeing it, but I thought he contributed or plays on this record. Really, really a solid Coltrane album. I like his Atlantic years, the records he did for Atlantic Records. Some really good stuff. Okay, I'd like to show a few 45s here. I picked up real cheap yesterday, Beatles single with a song that I like Ringo that he does, Act Naturally. Um, I don't think this is the first time I have this single, but like the orange and yellow swirly like capital. And it's really cool, plays really good. I also, a while back too, I picked this up, and it's a Motown promotional for the Jackson 5. It's on a light blue vinyl. It's called Forever Came Today. And one side is mono, the other side is stereo. But really cool, plays great. And I do have a few CDs I'd like to share. Here's another one. CD that I've been enjoying this week. It's Miles Davis. It says that it's called 1958 Miles. It's a live show. It's interesting that when I put this into a laptop to listen to it, that it comes up saying that it's a Newport concert. So Miles Davis, 1958, nice little jazz show. He does on here on Green Dolphin Street, Fran Dance, Stella by Starlight, Love for Sale, and Little Meline, I'm not sure, Coltrane, Adderley, Red Garland, and Philly Joe Jones. Lots of great musicians on this. I like the artwork. Another CD that I got, this is my first anything by this band. I learned about this band and heard about this band through the VC of people posting records. I don't have any of their vinyl, but happy to have this, and it's Porcupine Tree. Love this CD. Great stuff. In Abstina, not sure if I said that right, but traded for this. I'm glad to have it in the collection. Another thing that I have, picked this up for $1 because it reminded me about when CDs first came out. From what I remember, they were in these long boxes. So I picked this up for $1. I'm not a big Richard Marx fan, but I just thought it was cool that it was still in the shrink. And I think this is one of his big hit records of that era. What was this, the 80s or 90s? I'm not sure, but I just picked it up because, like I said, it just reminds me of the way CDs first came out, and they were a lot of them were really very pricey, and at that time I couldn't afford them. And the first one that I did get that I wanted on CD, from what I remember, was the Beatles Anthology and Paul McCartney's Venus and Mars. So I got those CDs. Didn't have a CD player yet, but those were my first CDs that I bought during the time when CDs started to come out. I did mention that I wanted to show something that I think is unique. Never seen anyone share something like this. This I traded for. I'm glad I did. I'm thinking that this is something of a made in Germany, but I'm not sure. But it's really, really cool. It's called, I'm going to try my best, but it's like a rock archive 1. So there must be out there maybe a 2 and a 3. And this is the back of it. I think it was in a library once, and where I got it from and traded it from, they must have bought it from somebody. But in it, it's really cool. It comes with about all these albums. I mean, I'm not sure if you can see this, but you get like, for example, you get Santana, Abraxas, Jeff Beck, Blow by Blow, excuse me, Rolling Stones, Beggar's Banquet, Bruce Springsteen's Asbury Park, UFO's first album, Janis Joplin. There's nothing much in it other than just the records, and I think it's about, I can't remember how many, I want to say 10. I didn't count them all. But this is basically what's inside. They're in these sleeves. Like this is the UFO one. And the other one, this is Bruce Springsteen's. But they're, I'm really thinking this is German, made in, pressed in Germany. But that's what it is. All it is, that they're inside of these, all 10 records. And like I said, I traded for this a long time ago. I kept looking at it, and I said, you know, that looks cool. So I went ahead and picked it up. But I think, so let me see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, 10 records. So really cool to have. And the next thing, here's some records that I picked up and found in clearance bins that I thought were really some good finds. This is my first album by Lena Horne. And it's with the Phil Moore Orchestra. So I put it in this nice sleeve, and I don't know if you can see the label, but it's got this really cool vintage record label, Golden Tone Records. I haven't played it yet, but it's in really good shape. The cover is split in two, so that's why it's like this, and it's got a new home with me, Lena Horne. The next, I found this really cool, picked up this promo copy of Passport Garden of Eden. It's a good record right here. I really like this one. I like to get some of their earlier stuff. This is my only record by them. I think I might have a CD of them. But yeah, this was a good find. Like I said, it's a promo. It's got the little gold stamp right there. Cool. This next record was given to me for free, which was really nice of the gentleman. New music from ECM. Here's some various artists. Some good musicians on this one. Now, this next record that I found, I listened to a little bit, and I made a few notes in comparison of what this band is like. But they're like, to me, Crosby, Stills, and Nash and Young, or even the Youngbloods. So this is called, this record that it's Friends by Feather. One of the songs that I sampled and listened to it was the song Friends, and it doesn't have much of any liner notes. In fact, when I picked up this record for maybe about $1 or something, That's all it was inside, was that it was Columbia Records. I'm not sure if this is the only album they made, but it's not a bad record. It's really good. A little bit dusty and just needs to clean off. This next album that I found is Still in the Shrink. A cool find here. This guy was known for the big hit Hot Child in the City. Nick Gilder. I think it's Frequency. And it's Still in the Shrink. I like this artist. You could say this is one of those secretly artists that I like personally, because I felt like a lot of his music, and I have another record of his, like it was like the early new wave sound. I like his vocals, and I like a lot of the songs, so finding one that's never been opened is always cool to find a sealed record. Really neat. And here, my last record that I want to show is someone else that I don't say too much, but I am a fan of Bryan Adams. I've seen him twice in concert, and so once I saw another copy of this, I didn't have it on vinyl. I said I'm going to pick it up, but this is Bryan Adams' Into the Fire, and I believe I saw him on this tour with the Hooters, who opened up. But yeah, Into the Fire, and this came out about 1987, maybe about a year or two after I graduated from high school. To me, it's good old rock and roll, radio rock. So picked it up, came home with me. One other thing that I want to mention before I sign off here is I saw a little thread going around Facebook that I thought was really cool about posting a favorite album cover. Really nice. I like the ones that I saw posted. You know, that's what's cool about having records. The interaction with them is looking at the artwork, looking at the back, reading credits, if they come with posters or their gatefold, all that stuff is really cool to have. When I think about it, we had that interaction before music videos or all that we have now, and that was our interaction. I mean, I'll give you a short story. Like, me and my brother used to listen to Iron Maiden, Maiden live in Japan, and we would just put the record on and put the little flashing hot lamp and the album cover, and we would just kick back, listen to that record, and just, I guess I was in my mind just like, man, wouldn't it be neat to be at an Iron Maiden concert? But we had that interaction, and we, you could talk about the covers, and you could hang them on your walls or whatever you'd like to do with them. So that was really cool for that thread to go around. Well, vinyl community, thank you for watching. Thank you to those who have subscribed to my page. I appreciate all the comments. I appreciate all the love, and for y'all's time to even watch these videos. And so until then, to another vinyl update, this is Edward, aka Prog Rock Tommy. Take care, everyone.